Welcome to Worldbreakerkou's Reviews. I'm your host, Worldbreakerkou, and today we are looking at the Marvel Legends Mighty Thor SDCC pack. Okay, this is a Comic-Con exclusive that went on the Hasbro store. I got lucky enough on the 14th to purchase it. It was up for about an hour and a half, and then it went down. As I spin this around, you can see all the different characters that look magnificent. I'm going to do one more spin. We're not going to do that spin. We'll just get into the characters. So I have not taken these out, folks. So I wanted you to see them fresh, still in the package. This is a nice sleeve that comes with it. And there's there's Ulick. And he looks... Look at this, it's like an exclusive. Look at that. You're seeing them as I open them up, or before I even open them up. So that's nice. So there's Ulick. And that's a very nice figure. He's pretty dang big. And if you want to have an idea of scale, here's Enchantress here. She's pretty tall because she's got heels on. So don't think that he looks like smaller than he is. He's actually pretty big. There's the Unworthy Thor. Get rid of some of that glare there. Looking good, looking good. There's the Mighty Thor, Jane Foster. Looking good, looking good. There is Malekith, the #1 reason I got this pack. Looking good, looking good. And last but not least, there is Granddaddy Thor, aka Bor, father of Odin, grandfather of Thor. So they look damn good. So to save you some time from me doing a video for each one day after day after day and this never ending, I'm going to shoot this all in one video. So this will be a little bit longer and just do some comparative analysis with other figures so you can kind of really get a good scope of these figures. So stay tuned for me taking these out of the package in one moment. Out the package and looking fresh to death. I am very, 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 very happy about this set. It's beyond my expectation. I saw a lot of videos of these characters, and I was like, these look amazing, but let's see what they look like in hand, or see how they feel in hand and look. And hey, they're banging. These are some bangers. So, no flex zone here. Highly, highly recommend this set. Let's look at them one at a time, starting with the most obvious one, just because she has a very similar mass issued release as well. So this Thor, Jane Foster version, is very similar to the other one that came in mass release in the Thor set. I'm just going to show you them both at the same time to save you time. The one with the SDC release is the one on the right with the blue eyes. The one that was mass released has white dots. You can also see a darker dress down here, or skirt. And Milnor is actually, has like a lightning effect see-through there, which is actually pretty sweet. Look at that, yeah. While the normal release one is silver painted, which is still good. They both have nice handles. They both look good. Both Jane Fosters are completely fine. I like the darker hair, the darker lipstick on this one, the eyes. But I like the dress or skirt down there on this one. The wraps are also different colors, but the cape is much more vibrant on the SDCC version on the right. Okay. I reviewed the Jane Foster Thor already, so I'm not going to go into articulation, but let's just say right here and now that it is, for me, a lot easier to stand the SDCC Jane Foster than it is the regular Thor Wave Jane Foster. I was going to sell this one, the SDCC version, online, just because I already have this one. But now, after looking at it in person with that vibrant cape and that hammer, I'm going to have to sell the normal one on the left because they're both great, but the paint apps on this one is just better. Even down to, see the belly button? See the paint there holding those two cloths together? Look at this version. It's solid. This one's not. This one is. So it's the little stuff, you know. Both, but again, if you can't get this version, I don't think you're gonna lose your mind. It's not the most eye-popping, like it's over if you can't get it, because you still have a nice release with this one. So the SDCC version of Jane Foster, I definitely give it a plus. I would say out of 10, I would give this one an 8. 8.5 out of 10. Of course, she's still not better than Hela, because Hela's just fine. But again, great figure. So let's put her to the side and look at another person. Okay, we are looking at Big Boy's queuing. Hot sauce here, aka Ulick. So yeah, this is a big boy. This is a big boy. I mean, look at those fists. His scale is ridiculous. Let's put, you know, Enchantress here with her heels on, and you can see how he towers over her. She's almost a 7-inch figure because of her heels. So he's a massive. I brought his comparison person over in the form of this guy here, just so you can kind of get some scale. There's Titus, and Titus is a big imposing figure, but you can look and see how much more meat and mass is on the Ulick. It's really impressive. There's not a whole much more you can compare these two with because they are so different. But the Ulick itself has some really nice molding. I love the scales. Look how it shines in the light of the sun. There's even some scales missing. A nice little ab crunch there. The little buttons or bolts on the side. He's got some hair up here on the shoulders. I have no idea what these little holes are for. I'm just gonna make something up and, I don't know, put something there just to see what happens. Maybe it activates something. I doubt it. He's got a crunch that way, crunch this way. Pretty decent range for a big guy. His head goes from side to side. Not much up and down movement. So yeah, that's about it. That's all you're gonna get, really. Sorry. But as far as the figure itself, the molding, I don't see them reusing this again. I know this is the rhino with the legs and the arms, besides the fist. But everything else looks like it's an all new mold and just looking fantastic. Look at that. The paint is killing it. And look, you got some butt for yourself too, with some wrinkles in it. So who does not like butt wrinkles? Oh, there we go. Single jointed knees. Weird. Wasn't expected that. I guess because he's such a big guy. And this one's stiff. So let's get that one cranked out. If I would sell any of my figures of this wave, it'd probably Ulick, just because I don't have that much of an attachment to him. I've read some books with him in it. But at the same time, I may not, just because, hey, this figure, it just looks great. I mean, fantastic. Mwah, you know what I mean? So another great figure. Let's put him to the side. And look at our next one. Next, we look at Unworthy Thor. Folks, when Thor became unworthy, that was one of the best parts of Original Sin, which is a comic series, where he lost his hammer because Nick Fury whispered something in his ear, and he was no longer able to lift the Mjolnir. Now seeing this figure up close, I don't like the forehead because there's so much air here, and he does not have the ponytail, which he should have. But at the same time, if that's my only complaint, you know, I think we're doing okay. Because overall, look, he's got chest hair. He's got some nice abs there for you. I like his straps. And this arm, I mean, this will roll down a little bit, that little band there. But that arm is so detailed. It really reminds me of, excuse me, it really reminds me of Colossus. So I'm digging it. I'm very, very, very much digging it. This Thor has had some changes in the comics lately. He does have a tunic now and has shaved his head since then. But he's still, nonetheless, still Thor at the end of the day. So, you know, don't get it twisted. But This figure itself, I'm loving it. This cape here, let me just bring out his comparison. This cape here, if you look at the young Thor, they're both similar, okay? But the paint wash on this one is way better. They're also, I wish you could feel the two. It's not the same material. This one's much, the SDCC version that I'm flicking my finger with is much lighter. It's more cloth-like than the mass release young Thor. Plus the expressions on the face, even though this is a century version of a Thor head, this one, the wrinkles, the eyes, the beard, they did a fantastic job. If they could have just nailed it with the ponytail here and the hair, it'll have been perfect. So I'll be looking up ways to take this off online and find a Thor head sculpt that works better for it. But for now, you know, hey, this is definitely going to work. And just in case you're wondering, are the axes different? They're the same mode, but you can see the coloration is different. The handle's different color. The little silver on and wrapping on the sides different, but they're still the same mode. So, and these two bodies are still the same. So at the end of the day, folks, if you can't get a hold of this guy right here, it's not the end of the world. You could still paint this guy here, switch the head out somehow, and you'll still have an unworthy Thor once you paint the other arm. So don't feel like you're going to lose or miss out. Okay, seriously. I do like how this cape pops. That is one thing I do love about it. But the way that look just kind of works better for me. So I didn't rate Ulick just a minute ago, so I'm going to come back and rate him. Out of 10, I'm giving this guy a 9 out of 10. So the unworthy Thor, he's also going to get a 9 out of 10 for me, because this was the first release. He would have been perfect had his hair been done better, but besides that, he's a 9 out of 10. So great figure. Let's keep it moving. Now we have Malekith. Malekith. I love this character. I've been reading Thor for a while now, and he is one of the most dynamic villains you will have for a character to face off against. So very happy to see him, you know, doing his thing in the comics. He cut off Thor's arm, you know, which is why he's like that with that gigantic sword there. Great job of them, you know, actually capturing this guy's likeness. He was also in the Thor movie, The Dark World, but he did not look like this. They should have, I like the way he looked in the movie, but this right here, that's awesome. I love the detail. He's got the neck piece, the shoulder pads, or I think that's all one. Yeah, you can take this whole set of proportion off. He's got some nice soft hair. Very well, you know, shaped out. His hand, look at that. I mean, that's a dark elf right there. His sword is just impressive. His little skirt. I love the colorations on his pants. It's just, you know, everything just works. I mean, everything just flat out works for this guy. Look at that sinister look. I don't know. I don't want. What is that? Ooh. So we've got a little bit of a problem here. Some paint rub here on my character. So I hope that's just only on mine. I'll have to fix that up a bit because that's ugly. Yeah, but they hide it well with that skirt. But besides that, this figure is impressive. I really don't have anybody that compares to Malekith, so I decided to bring out another figure that also has a lot of original pieces, Angela. So these two look fantastic next to each other. Angela has a slight edge in the height, which she should, because she is an Asgardian who was an angel and all the other good stuff. But I like that both of these have such great material and are so comic book accurate. So that I do like. Very well done, Hasbro. Very well done. For Malekith, I would give him a 10 out of 10. My copy, a 9.9 because of that one defect. But other than that, this figure itself is a 10 out of 10 easy. Probably might be my favorite figure of this entire SDCC pack. So moving on. Last but not least, Thor. The grandfather Thor killed. Look at that face, folks. Just look at the face. Look at the beard. Look at the paint apps. Look at these paint apps. And he doesn't even feel like a Marvel Legend. I mean, this is soft. Folks, this is not a $20 figure. You know, I mean, if the whole set was $100, this is not worth $20. This is worth at least $40 to $50. Easy. Easy. His shield, his look, Hasbro killed it on this guy. He is a little top heavy because of all the stuff up there. So they use a lot of material up here, but it's still top heavy. So you have to be careful how you pose him. But I mean, you don't have to pose much to get him looking like he belongs in History Channel's Vikings. I mean, this board looks like, you know, Thor who. Like, I don't even need an enchanted hammer, you know, to get down. I would end you. So, which is funny because Thor actually ended his grandfather. He didn't know. It was trickery by Loki, as usual. But the only character I could actually compare Thor to is Marvel Selects Thor. And they both feel very similar. I like the scale on this. That's just, man, look at that, guys. That's hot. That's hot. I'm digging it. I am digging it. So I hope you guys are digging this too. And now Thor's, my select's a little hard to stand because he's used to being on a stand. But going back to Thor, he's got this nice shield. He's got the nice little skirt with the metal chainmail underneath, the big ass boots. Excuse my language. Nice double jointed knee. This axe. Well, yeah, he can knock Thor down. It's okay. This axe that looks like it's straight out of the History Channel. Nice colors. Very long hilt. A spot on the back for his shield as well. The shield is a little bit too soft, though. That's the one thing I have a little complaint about. Mine's a little warped. But besides that, this is a great figure. He also does not look up much or down. But, you know, it's okay. It works for me. Again, with the way they did this character, I would easily rate him another 10 out of 10. Now, I know I previously brought up Hela. I didn't do her against... Let's just match her up because she's our current champion. So she defeated Thor. Is she better than Thor? She's a tie. Honestly. She's a straight up tie. So she's a straight up tie with Thor. I cannot... if I had to choose between these two, I might choose Thor on this one. I don't know. It's too close. Too close. So Thor's on her same level, if not better. You know, that's a strong, if not better. Then we've also got Unworthy Thor. She is better than Unworthy Thor. I can say that, you know, comfortably, but barely. I mean, barely. If his hair was done better, then he would have got her. So she's better than Thor. Both Thors in this box set. She's better than Ulick. I'm not even going to bring him over here. And then there's Malekith. Okay. She's not better than Malekith. That's another tie. So right now, I have 3 figures that are all on the same exact level. In terms of how good they are. And that's just kind of funny. They're all in the Thor universe. So at the end of the day, great job, Hasbro, with this set. I mean, originally I was going to sell maybe 2 figures, but I may end up not selling any of them now just because of how impressed I am with the set. I know this is a lot longer video than you're used to seeing from me, but hey, I wanted to give it justice, and I didn't want to break them up and have you guys coming back each day trying to see another video. So I wanted to do it all in one take. So thank you for watching. Have a great weekend, and as always, peace. Oh, and I almost forgot, for my new subscribers, if you've not subscribed already, click that button right there. And if you have not seen my previous review, check that right there. Thanks for watching, and peace.